A Thanksgiving program for newly elected NDPP legislator Medo Yoka was held at Kohima on Wednesday. Addressing the program, Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio said as the state's overall deficit was rising by over rupees 108 crore every month due to COVID-19 pandemic, totaling to over rupees 1000 crore in a year, the state government has decided to focus more in promoting agriculture and allied sectors. The Chief Minister stressed on rebuilding the economy and called for change in the mindset of the people. According to Rio, the money received from deficit grant and GST were spent on salaries, pensions, power purchases and other emergencies. He said the situation was a challenge for the government and the people must work hard, earn livelihood and build the society. As Nagas do not pay taxes, he remarked that they do not know about economy. Congratulating Medo Yoka, Rio admitted that winning the by-poll was not easy due to the strong challenge posed by the independent candidate. He thanked BJP for its commitment and support besides all rank and file of NDPP and well-wishers for their support.
And their cooperation and support. So let this Thanksgiving of our victory in Southern War by election be a beginning for our alliance, and let us renew our commitment to serve our people.
In his speech, Medo Yoka thanked God, the ruling coalition leaders and well-wishers for his victory. He sought support, guidance and advice from the seniors as he begins his political journey and reiterated to stand by commitments made during the by-poll campaign. NDPP President and PDA Chairman Chingwang Konyak delivered greetings on the occasion.
Commitment and assurance were made while begging and soliciting for votes. And now, the time has come for me, and I also believe that the time has come for all of us in the government to stand committed to the assurance given to the people in the grassroots.
State Chief Minister Nipirio said the ruling PDA will discuss on whether or not to accommodate the newly elected independent legislator from 60 Pungro Kifri in PDA. He said this while interacting with media persons on the sidelines of the Thanksgiving program. The Chief Minister emphasized that independent legislators were independent and cannot join any political party. He, however, said if the newly elected independent member wished, he could support the PDA government, adding we can work together. On convening a special Nagaland Legislative Assembly session as asked by NEDA convener and Assam Finance Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, Rio clarified it was not a question of insistence. He said the assembly was a platform where every legislator can come together and that PDA would discuss the issue. He said if the need arose, the session could be convened.
See, assembly is one platform where everybody can come together. So PDA is going to discuss on this issue, and if need arises, good time, session will be there.
On Cabinet's decision to refer Governor R.N. Ravi's letter to the Home Ministry in which the Governor directed the state DGP to provide security to working committee leaders, Rio pointed out that the SOB and ground rules stated that the negotiating parties should be in their respective designated camps and are not allowed to stay in public places.
Because the SOP and the ground rule says that the negotiating parties, they should be in their designated camps. Not formally allow them to stay in their public places. And if it's a threat to them, then what about the general public who are neighbors? It is very, very vulnerable. And so it is complicated.
Additional Deputy Commissioner Kohima Litrongla Tongpi Rutsa has informed that the Nagaland Civil Secretariat Office Complex Kohima has been declared as sealed area with effect from Monday the 16th November to 17th November for a period of 48 hours in view of the detection of number of COVID-19 positive cases. In an order issued on Sunday, the ADC informed that the Secretariat complex has been sealed for 48 hours, wherein fumigation of the premises would be done and aggressive contact tracing will be initiated following all health safety measures and SOPs of the government. The order stated that the sealed area is mapped and cordoned off, and the public and all concerned are advised to follow all safety precautions of wearing masks all the time, frequently washing hands, and maintain social physical distances to ensure public hygiene and personal safety within the proximity of the sealed area. Director and Mission Director Horticulture Department Dr. Ilithang inaugurated retail market under MIDH scheme at Padampukuri on Monday at Dimapur. In his brief address, Dr. Ilithang lauded DHO Dimapur Temsil Longkumar for being one of the most active officers working for the welfare of the farming community by tying up with the district administration, DMC and several self-help groups and NGOs. The program was attended by Deputy Director Horticulture Meya Sashi, Padampukuri Chairman and Council members, while Reverend Zupamo Izung, Associate Pastor Lotha Baptist Church, Purana Bazar, invoked God's blessing. DHO Dimapur Temsil Longkumar chaired the program and delivered the keynote address.
Fruits, vegetables, spices लगाया थे, herbs लगाया थे. ये तो करने हम ये तो भाभी के ना केना बिगड़े पूरा मानवी फाल पूरा पूरे भी केना मानवी फाल पूरा है ना केले को केना बिगड़े केना मानव हम तो आही के ना सब इतना सकते पाले भी केना बिगड़े पूरा मानव के मोरम करेंगे ना यदि वो लोग केली वो ताजे वो लोग केली वो सब के मोरम लगा है सब की ना लोग यार.
Agriculture Production Commissioner APC Waikikheto Sema visited Bokeh Botsa on Saturday last for spot verification of Naga Model Integrated Settled Farming NISF. He was accompanied by the HODs, officers of Directorate and district officers from Agriculture, Horticulture, Land Resources, Fisheries, Soil Conservation, Water Resources, Veterinary and also Project Directors GIS. The Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister K.D. Vizo was also part of the entourage. During interaction with Botsa village elders, farmers and the officers accompanying him, he stated that the purpose of the visit is to improve existing traditional farming to a sustainable farming, while stressing that although we cannot stop the traditional methods of Jhum terrace cultivation which may not be economically viable nor ecologically sustainable, however we cannot stop it as it is being practiced since time immemorial. He stated that looking at the present situation of the world, there could be food pandemic sooner or later, and hence we need to prepare ourselves for self-sufficiency where integrated settling farming is of utmost importance. Keeping this in mind, the APC said that the integrated settled farming should be undertaken in all feasible areas so that various activities and under agri and allied departments can be taken up in clusters approach, wherein fisheries, piggery, duckery, poultry, etc., along with terrace paddy cultivation, intercropping with various crops, vegetable and fruits, etc., and ensure productivity throughout the year. This would encourage educated and unemployed youth and retired employees to go back to rural areas for undertaking settled farming by utilizing the land to its fullest potential for production in a sustainable manner. These clusters will be further formed into Farmers Producers Organization for post-harvest value chain to the nearest market. The APC stressed that the integrated settled farming at Bokeh Botsa would serve as a model and will be replicated in all the districts eventually. With this system of farming, the state can achieve self-sufficiency and discourage import of rice, vegetables, fish and meat. He further appealed to the community that they should not depend on government alone, but they should also come forward and contribute their share for the success of the project. to enable affordable commute for people in the 19 villages around Ruzazo village under Phek district. The Nagaland State Transport Department on Friday introduced a new bus service between Dimapur to Ruzazo village via Yoruba village and vice versa, which will ply on alternate days. Advisor Power Department Tovi Hoto Ayami, before flagging off the bus at NST station Dimapur, said that the day was a red letter day for the Ruzazo area villagers. He said the service will facilitate the villagers not just with an easy and affordable transport to the commercial hub, but will enable them to sell their organic products in other places as well. Tovi Hoto further appealed to the people to have a sense of belongingness and urged the people to maintain what the government has provided for their upliftment as their own.
That carelessness or carefree, but we should have that sense of belongingness. Now we are here for the bus service, so bus itu Ruzazo jaise amar public kan, amar passengers kan, itu to amar laga ase do, amar nijer laga ase de. You don't expect to give you another new one if you biya kure digena aro dusra ekta dibo iniga nokorbo lage. Amar laga ase amar morom kurigena cholabole laga itu koshish korbo lage.
Highlighting on the need for government-assisted transportation service, Engineer Vekho Soru said Ruzazo village is a national heritage village recognized by the Indian Council of Historical Research because of the 1944 Indian National Army and Subhash Chandra Bose, who stationed at the village and administered the fight for India's independence. The bus service, which was flagged off, will cover a distance of 156 km, which will benefit 19 villages surrounding Ruzazo region.
Not only that, the area people, 19 villages, all are filled with joy, but for this pandemic.
The Phek District Maitas Gayatri Damaged Victims Association held its general body meeting at Chozuba Town local ground on Saturday. The general body meeting was held to pursue the matter of pending damaged compensation for Maitas Gayatri damaged victims and subsequently filing PIL in High Court over construction of two-laning road under Zinoboto Chakabama and Futsuro Phek. All the affected villagers of Phek district attended the general body meeting, and after thorough deliberation, the meeting unanimously adopted the 4-point resolutions. The resolution was read out by Kuvesa Medio, General Secretary PDM GDVA, where it resolved to record sincere appreciation to the Chakasang Public Organization for adoption of resolution in CPO Extended Executive Meeting on 29th June 2019 at Phek Town, to pursue the matter of pending damaged compensation for Maitas Gayatri damaged victims and subsequently filing of PIL in High Court. It also registered deep appreciation to all VCCs and GBS of affected villages for taking bold decision to ensure that justice is delivered to the aggrieved victims. Therefore, reposing confidence on the wisdom and decision of CPO and petitioners of PIL, it unanimously resolved to give full cooperation and comply with any conditions set hereafter by CPO for the welfare of victims in particular and community in general. Taking cognizance of strong resistance and defiance of CPO's resolution by the so-called two-lane Setsu to Zilla Aggrieved Property Owners Association, it unanimously resolved that if and when the crucial court process is affected or hampered in any manner thereof, the convener, secretary and all signatories of the premeditated complaint letter shall be held accountable and shall bear every penny of the damaged compensation to Maitas Gayatri damaged victims. Speeches on behalf of Chakasang Public Organization, petitioner of PIL case for the victims were Jovehu Lohe, Vapromo Demo, Zachulu Vedio. Speeches were also delivered on behalf of Chakasang Public Organization, PDM GDVA and Chozoba Range Public Organization. The keynote address was delivered by Poshovei Nekha, convener PDM GDVA. The program was chaired by Jobopra, co-convener PDM GDVA, invocation prayer by Besoveto Rakho, pastor CRC Chozoba Town, and vote of thanks was delivered by Rudangoyi Shijo, treasurer PDM GDVA.
Having pledged to adhere to the resolution adopted this day the 14 November 2020, the House mandated MGDVA to act as a sole representative of the victim community and accordingly authorize existing office bearers to coordinate with the tax body, CPO, and petitioners to pursue the court case up to the last till justice is brought to the doorstep of the victim.